I'm going to tell you something I've never said out loud. The room was dark, except for the faint blue glow of the smart thermostat blinking on the wall. She slept beside me, breathing slow, peaceful, innocent. One arm tucked under her cheek, the same way she had slept for 10 years. I watched her chest rise and fall, memorizing the rhythm like a code I had already cracked. My wife. My liar. My carefully constructed illusion. I knew everything now. The messages. The voice notes. The way she tilted her head when she typed to him, thinking no one noticed. I had watched it all from the quiet corners of this house she thought was safe. She shifted slightly in her sleep, her hand brushing mine. I didn't move. I just smiled. Because downstairs, sitting neatly on the kitchen counter, was her gift. And she had no idea. If you enjoy mind-bending revenge, subscribe to us. What's your home country and current time? It's fascinating to track our story's journey across the world. It started small. That's how these things always begin. We were living in San Francisco then, juggling work, school runs, groceries, the usual chaos. But slowly she started volunteering less to pick up the kids. At first, it sounded harmless. I've just been exhausted lately, she said one evening, avoiding eye contact. I believed her. Of course I did. But patterns don't lie. Not to someone like me. 3 times a week became 4. 4 became almost every day. She always had a reason, meetings, errands, me time. And yet, somehow, her phone never left her hand. Even in silence, it buzzed. Even when she thought I was asleep, she smiled at it. That was the first crack. She had no idea I noticed. In Boston, where we moved months later, the house came with a fully integrated smart system. Cameras. Voice assistants. Automated lighting. She loved it. Feels like the future, she said. She had no idea it was also my playground. I started small. A hidden microphone near the kitchen island. A camera disguised in the hallway smoke detector. Nothing invasive at first. Just observation. I told myself it was paranoia. Until it wasn't. One afternoon, while reviewing footage, I saw it. Her. Standing by the counter, whispering into her phone. I miss you too. The words were soft. Fragile. But they hit like a hammer. She glanced around after saying it. Like she felt something. Like she was being watched. I paused the footage. Replayed it. Zoomed in on her eyes. Fear flickered there for just a second. She had no idea. Phoenix came next. A fresh start, she said. A clean slate. I agreed. But I brought everything with me. By then, I wasn't guessing anymore. I had access to her deleted messages, her hidden apps, her cloud backups. The spyware ran silently, feeding me every word she thought she had erased. It was always him. Late-night calls when I was working. Photos sent when she said she was out with friends. Plans whispered between emojis and fake innocence. And the reason she stopped picking up the kids? That was their time. Their sacred window. Every empty hour belonged to him. I watched it all unfold like a slow, pathetic play. She had no idea. I didn't confront her. That would have been too easy. Instead, I adjusted things. Lights flickering at odd hours. Music playing softly in empty rooms. Her phone glitching, messages opening on their own, apps freezing mid-text. Tiny things. Nothing provable. Just enough. Did you touch my phone? She asked one night, her voice trembling. I looked up from my laptop, calm. No. She stared at me for a moment too long. Like she was trying to read something behind my face. She couldn't. The game was just beginning. Then came the whispers. I synced the voice assistant to trigger random playback from her own recorded messages. Just fragments. I miss you. When he's not home. I wish it was you. They echoed faintly through the house when she was alone. Once, she dropped a glass in the kitchen when it happened. Another time, she ran upstairs, breathless, swearing someone had been in the house. I held her that night. She shook in my arms. I feel like I'm losing my mind, she whispered. I kissed her forehead. You're just stressed. She had no idea. The breaking point came faster than I expected. She stopped sleeping. Started checking locks 3 times, 4 times. jumping at shadows, avoiding mirrors. And still, she kept talking to him. Even then, even when her world was unraveling, that's when I prepared the final act. Forgive. Simple, elegant, unavoidable. I compiled everything. Messages, recordings, screenshots, timestamps. Every lie. Every betrayal. Every moment she chose him over us. But I didn't send it to her. Not directly. I scheduled it. Emails. Shared folders. Anonymous links. To her friends. To her coworkers. To the parents at the school. Even to him. Especially to him. Then I placed a small box on the kitchen counter. Inside it, a single USB drive. And a note. Watch yourself. That morning she found it. I watched through the camera as she opened the box, her hands already shaking. She plugged it into her laptop. Sat down. Pressed play. I didn't need audio to understand what happened next. Her face drained. Her body went still. Then the panic. Phone ringing. Notifications exploding. Messages flooding in. Her world collapsing in real time. She looked around the room. Slowly. Carefully. Like she could finally feel it. The eyes. The presence. The truth. She whispered my name. I didn't answer. I was upstairs. Listening. By the evening, she was gone. No note. No explanation. Just absence. The house felt quiet again. Like something had finally been corrected. I walked into the bedroom that night and lay on my side of the bed. Alone. Peaceful. For the first time in months, I slept. Sometimes I still check the cameras. Old habit. Old instincts. But there's nothing there anymore. No whispers. No lies. No her. Just silence. And the faint memory of a woman who thought she could hide in plain sight. She was wrong. They always are. The end.